Well, good morning, everybody. Again, it's the Countryside Crew here, cruising down the 99 towards Bakersfield. It is a beautiful morning. We are headed south towards Bakersfield, California. Hoping to still pick some oranges if we can find some. The last place we were at told us that we could most likely pick some there. But they might be in season yet down here, so we'll see. If we find some, we'll pick them. If not, we'll cruise on. We could maybe pick some more peaches down there too, because they are absolutely delicious when they are fresh. Well, they're delicious anyway, but fresh ones are even more delicious. After that, we're going to start heading east again. We're going to leave California behind, hoping to head into Arizona. Probably be there later today, if all goes well. And then we'll check out the Grand Canyon and whatever other sites we can come up with. So, we're covering a lot of ground. Some people like to take holidays and stay in one place for a long time. We tend to actually be on a road trip usually. We do a lot of driving and see a lot of area. I get kind of bored of sitting in one place for too long, unless there's something real interesting to look at. But other than that, always curious what's over the next hill and around the next corner. And he's just the same way. And, well, the kids come along for a ride, I guess. I think all in all, they're still enjoying themselves. Busy hard at school again here. We've seen the Pacific Ocean, and there was kind of a general thought of, okay, they're good. Holidays can end now, but I mean, we've come this far. Let's go see some more ground. We're going to keep driving yet for probably another month, unless old Winnie breaks down and we have to quit. And then we have plans. We have not booked tickets yet, but we do have plans of heading to Europe in September. So, Lord willing, that'll all go through. Always come with your prayers and thoughts for us, and appreciate your messages. Today, not much on the agenda other than drive. Is a lot of cities. It's interesting that California has pretty much the same population as all of Canada put together. So it stands to reason there's a lot more cities. Of course, California is very small compared to Canada, but has yet the same population. So we're driving on this highway, and it's just kind of going from one city to the next. Not my cup of tea. I like the highway. It's actually not even too busy here this morning. I very much prefer farm fields. I suppose maybe if we moved over, you know, a couple of miles, 10, 20, 30 miles, we might be driving on a country road maybe and not in the city. I'm not sure. This is the fastest way to get to Bakersfield, and we took it. That kind of sums that up. They do have a lot of cities though that are, you know, 1 million plus people, and I'm assuming that's what we're driving through here right now. Southern California, I think, maybe is also a little bit more hospitable as far as temperature, although north I found was pretty nice as well. I understand the beaches in the south are more warmer and get warmer water and better for swimming, whereas where we were, the ocean water was extremely cold. And you didn't actually see a lot of people swimming. They were kind of doing what we were doing, just jumping the waves. So no farm fields, just city. If there's something interesting, we'll of course film it. We're getting into some high-rise area here now, cruising through. Of course, these bridges are blocking the buildings, but there is some bigger buildings coming up over there. Big cloud of smoke too. I don't know if something's on fire maybe. Now the trees are in the way. In any case, we'll get into something here. I'll put the phone down, we'll keep cruising, and yeah, as always, just hope you guys enjoy the travels. Comments and feedback are great. You guys give lots of suggestions, encouragements, prayers. We always appreciate that. We are still looking for a forever home. We do have some ideas of where we'd like to be, but we haven't made any definite plans, and we haven't bought anything yet, of course. So right now we're kind of just on a holiday, as Denise kept saying, it's just on holidays. But we are, you know, eventually looking for more land and a farm and a place where we can worship God freely, without fear, raise our children freely, without fear, and have a farm that's profitable. It's getting harder and harder to do that because the price of land is so high, the price of fuel is so high, the price of feed is high, and the price that we get for product is too low. There's too many middlemen in there, too many taxes, too many regulations, too much red tape that makes it a very unprofitable business in Canada. Ontario, especially one of the provinces of Canada, and I think a lot here in the States as well. I've stopped and talked to quite a few different farmers about how things are going. Not just farmers, regular folks too. I mean, the cost of living is insane. I met a homeless guy the other day. He was living in a camper with 3 children, single dad. He had lost his home, I don't know all the particulars. Maybe he's not wise with his money, whatever. You can go down lots of avenues. But he was pointing at an average looking home and said it was $800,000. So, you know, there's a problem there. Things do cost a lot, and wages and house prices don't really match up, in my opinion. I still believe if you work hard and move somewhere that's cheaper, you can still buy a home. Ontario also has very expensive homes, $1 million plus homes, and yet if you move north, you can still get a decent job with a decent wage, and you can pick up a house for, you know, $50,000, $100,000. So it's not impossible. I think people need to think outside the box and try something different once in a while. But aside from that, it is incredibly tough, farming-wise as well. The future for the children's not that great, and these are all things that we're looking for, and we ask you to be in prayer for as well. There are places that are better, and we'll reveal more of that as we go along. And as we travel along, we're hoping to give you kind of a glimpse of everything that is around. But yeah, costs and profits are not matching up, and that makes it difficult for everybody. Some people are indeed by their own doing, and they need to, you know, work harder and save money, or just work harder, period, would be nice. But there is the other flip side, that even when you do work hard, it is still challenging to make a profitable, enjoyable living. We see that when we're walking around here. There's a lot of people walking around with no hope. Their eyes are dead. There's no life. They're just going through the motions every day, and it's sad. There's no light shining forth from within, and that's primarily a lack of God, a lack of Jesus, a lack of hope, but also just, you know, life. What is it? Alarm clock rings in the morning. You get up. You do your thing. You go to work. You make some money. It's just enough to buy some groceries, pay your rent, your hydro, and you know, that's it. Then you gotta get up again the next day. There's no long-term success or happiness out of any of that. So I feel for people there. This country is really drifted away from what it once was. I'm talking about the States here, but I'm talking about Canada also. It used to be different. It used to be better. So anyway, all hope is not lost. Keep looking up. Once again, we cover your prayers and your thoughts, and yeah, we'll reveal more as time goes on. Okay, so we're hoping to go here to pick some oranges. Murray Family Farm. It looks like they have a U-pick option there for a bunch of stuff. They grow a lot of.
Take exit 127, then turn left onto General Beale Road.
Well, that was rudely interrupted. So anyway, we'll see what they've got. It looks like it's
your destination is on the left.
Oh wait. It looks like this place is got its own gas station and everything. So baby's pretty hungry, kids still hungry. We'll get everybody fed. And see what we can find. Hopefully they'll let us do some picking and some sightseeing and such. It would be nice. Trying to find a shady spot to park this rig, but it don't look like there is any shade. This looks like it's employees only. I was hoping there was a tree we could park under. Why are you so noisy there, you? Hey? Did you make a mess? No? Who made a mess? Benny made a mess. That's why he's not fessing up. Any hoozles. Yeah, I don't see any parking here in the shade, unfortunately. There's lots right there, but I don't imagine they want me filling their gas pump up for a very long period of time. Apparently there's a whole parking lot here. Somehow I missed that on my way in. Still no shade,
there's a trail
but
right up, or is that not
at least there's parking. A big red barn here.
Walking bridge right up to the top of the concrete.
Food, restaurant. We got a whole works going on here. Fun stuff for the kids. Bus parking, overflow parking. Wonder if we can fit in the overflow bus parking. It's kind of like a bus. Maybe we can go check out the bus parking. Why not? Apparently I'm not allowed to run anybody over. Oh, right here looks good. Still no shade though. I found some shade, but I don't think it's recommended to pull under there. It is extremely hot here. I got a wee bit of shade if I stand right beside the motorhome, but it is hot, hot, hot. I think 36 degrees Celsius, and probably going up. We're gonna leave the generator on in the motorhome, let the air conditioning run. At least when we get back, it won't be terribly hot. It doesn't really keep up. This unit actually has 2 air conditioning units, but our generator, we swapped out the old one because it broke, and we got a newer one in here. That was ready before we left Canada, and so we can only run one at a time. So it keeps it from getting cooking hot, but it doesn't like make it ice cold in there. Kids are exploring. I got some chickens over here. They were over there looking at that, so we're just getting ready here, waiting for Anissa to come out. Got the kids in the stroller here, and oh, nope, that's Ains. I guess we're waiting for her too. So we'll see what we can come up with. I love these trees, by the way. Palm trees, beautiful scenery. They don't give a whole lot of shade, especially not when they're that height, but they are pretty. And definitely not something we'd have in Ontario at all. Here we're standing beside some kind of fruit thing, I don't know. Like mini watermelons. But I'm not sure what they are. What I'm hoping is that somebody here is going to be able to kind of tell us stuff and show us stuff, and it's not just going to be, I'll go walk down there and go pick an orange. Which, that'd be cool too. But I'd like to kind of know a little bit more about it all, about what they do. I had kind of an idea in mind before we started this trip to stop at a bunch of different farms and talk to them about the hardships they face in today's agricultural realities, and what they would like differently, what they see as differently. You know, what's their major obstacles, what's their major plus sides to their farming and the negative sides to their farming, and where they see the future headed. And be curious to see if they're seeing what I'm seeing and what a lot of people I know are seeing. That would be a very curious thing to discuss. Apparently, there's peacocks, an Indian blue peacocks, it says on the sign. Male peacock, brightly colored, shows its plumage to attract the female. That's not much different than us humans, eh? We try to attract mates too. Where do you see a peacock, guys? Oh, that's not an Indian blue then, is it? No. Could be another feller hiding in there. Oh, there's more chickens back there. Greenhouse covered in mesh. This is our style of thing. We really like birds. So Waylon said, hey, I get to see my buddies again, right? Is that what you said? Something like that? Yep. Nice looking goats.
They scoot up that ramp.
Yeah, they scoot up there, run up there, and then run up that big one, and down there, and down there, and down to the bottom. Wonder how often they use it.
That's a little far. There we go. Nice place. Yeah, looks like there's lots of stuff to do. Stuff in there. Neat, eh? Put the dog back? Yeah. Lots of stuff. This stuff's all from your farm or not? It's all from your farm? From the, yep.
So if you get from here or it's like right down the road.
Okay. Very cool.
And it's all either organic or sustainable organic.
Okay. So this is their seasons. The seasonal harvest, you pick calendars, which shows you what's ready when. kind of neat. You can follow it down to the aisle or the item that you want. And they actually don't have any oranges going right now, which is too bad. There's our more winter time. She did say there was a orange grove down the road back the way we came. We would have passed it, I assume. That would probably allow us to go in there, and they do have oranges on the trees right now. So we may end up having to go back again and check that out. It's other stuff, either from their farm or partnering farms close by. Watermelons, red seedless. Buy 2 watermelons, get 1 free. Amarillo. Well, it's different. It's orange on the inside. They're yellow. Cherries. Very delicious looking ones too. Hey, just leave them there, Eli. Grapes. More of these. Melons. Tomatoes. Piles of stuff. So Papa push them? You can help me. Peppers. Tomatoes. This is definitely what we would like to do. The farm we partnered with in Sudbury was a lot. It was smaller than this, but they had a stand like this. Our next place, this is something we were very, very seriously considering and open to. We want to have our own meats and jams and jellies and all of our own fruits and vegetables. Everything that we can grow would be in it. And then same thing as they're doing is partnering farms for the rest. But we kind of had that started on the last place, but then sold. So we'll carry that on again on the next farm. Got local wines, lots of stuff. Bakery over there, I think. Yeah, it looks like it. Pies and stuff. Jams, jellies, popcorn, snacks, dried food, I think. Yeah, fruits and stuff. Sun hats. There you go. Gonna take that in a plane. By the time we actually get on the plane, they'll need a toque. Yeah, dried apricots, dried pineapple, dried toffee cashews, chili mangoes, dried fruit, just a mixed bag.
I like Cajun.
Lots and lots of stuff. Merchandise. Popcorn. What is that? That doesn't look like popcorn.
Linda,
Cinnamon roll puffs. Interesting.
Linda, they have jalapeno brittle. It's peanuts and it's green, so I don't know.
I would get one of these too.
Pardon me? No, I think that's probably just for them. I don't think we're supposed to go in there. Piles of jams and jellies. This is what we want to do. I want a store like this. Yeah? You do too. Leisure Farms, that's what it was called. If you're ever watching from Ontario and you're in the Sudbury area, Sudbury, Ontario, it's Leisure Farms. Mitch is the guy to talk to, and that's where we got a lot of our produce when we weren't in season or when the cows went through our garden. We got a lot of stuff from them. And a beautiful storefront, beautiful people, nice family operation as well. So yeah, definitely looking forward to setting this up once we get where we're going. And not only storefront, I'd like to then also have a mobile, so I'd have one storefront. Corey would probably run it again, and then also have a mobile unit where I could go to different places and set up as well. Oh, lots of yummy stuff. All right, I think that's pretty well everything there is to see in here. Well, unfortunately, due to seasonal maintenance, we are not going to be able to view any trees here or anything else. Everything's closed for maintenance to get ready for October. Seems kind of strange since it's only July. We got 2.5 months to get ready for October, but October is their big time. Thousands and thousands of people come, and they've got to get everything ready for that. So, is what it is. We're enjoying a little rest from the heat. They still got the stuff in glass bottles, which is kind of neat. I got myself a Sprite. They've all got some juice, Coca-Cola. They got a nice little animal petting thing here too. This is something we wanted to add to the farm in on Manitoulin Island. It's kind of a petting zoo. where people could come and especially city folks that never see animals, they've never interacted with them or whatever, they can kind of come feed the chickens, feed the goats, whatever, and see them firsthand, see some sheep, see some cows. Something about bringing the country to the city and the city to the country to help us all understand each other better, I think is a very important thing to do. That's big guy. You need up? Yeah. You're gonna climb up my legs? Yeah. Whether I want you up or not. Hey? You gotta sit with me. Something we are interested in doing, and then yeah, we got a few other ideas in mind as well, but it's neat to see another place that's doing it. And I think this is kind of the future of a lot of family farms is to try to incorporate this and educate people where their food comes from. Yeah, just be more in touch with our neighbors. We should do that on everything. There's a lot of polarization going on. People don't understand each other anymore. And we need to kind of get out of our comfort zone to try to make ourselves more understandable and also become more understanding of other people. Officially heading our way out of the valley in California. It's quite something, this ground here. We're back into a very hilly country here again. And it is so hot. So hot. Just about overheating again. Sitting at 250. I do question if this gauge is actually accurate or not. But yeah, I don't want to take my chances on it, I guess. We're just kind of taking our time going up here. A few others that are having a hard time as well, these truckers. It's been a long climb up this hill. And presumably, every other hill, we're going to go back down. Sometimes I wish they just put tunnels through all these things. It would save a lot of gas if they're so concerned about the environment here in California. Maybe they should drill some holes through, and then we wouldn't have to burn so much fuel. And maybe, you know, all these global warming people that are so concerned could sleep better at night. This is sure pretty, though. I hope you guys appreciate all the effort we put in for you cleaning these windows. It's a lot of work. Flat windows seem to attract a lot of bugs. That is pretty. Very pretty. But too dry for me. Come to the conclusion that everything here needs to be irrigated. No matter where we went in Northern California, I don't know if you want to call it that or not, all the way down to where we are now, closer to Los Angeles, it's all irrigated. And I don't think anything would grow without it. It's just so dry. Right? Where are you? There you are. Right? Right. How's that cucumber? Pretty good? Tastes like one of our own? No, not that good. This chunk of ditch is actually pretty clean, and it's disgusting. One thing we've noticed here in California, it is by far the most disgusting state yet. Of the 12 or 13 states we've driven through, I have never seen so much garbage in the ditches, in the fences, in the bushes. There's just junk everywhere. Plastic, like cans, just garbage. Just like Anissa just said, it's like a landfill everywhere. You know, there's tons and tons of just junk, like nobody ever cleans it up. Which is really shocking, since California is supposedly this big green state, you know, where energy laws and blah 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 are made. It's disgusting, and yeah, kind of an embarrassment if that's the image you're trying to portray. Yeah, very few garbage cans. I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not, but that little ditch between the roads is just littered full of garbage.
Like, and that's clean.
That's extremely clean for some of the stuff that we've seen. I haven't really videotaped it. I'm not in the habit of videotaping garbage. And it'll be collected in all these ditches here and in all these fences and stuff.
Beneath the trees and the bushes were like full of garbage in all the towns. You pull into cities and stuff, and there'd be just garbage littered along the fences. It's just disgusting.
I second that opinion. They definitely got some cleanup to do around here. And we are back in the desert. This is probably as dry or drier than the last desert we crossed. Pretty void of life in here as well. But I don't even see fences on this one. So maybe nobody farms it, no idea. that was either like an airplane factory or an airplane graveyard. I wasn't sure. It was packed full of planes, not an airport. Possibly they're making brand new ones there, or they just dumped all the old ones there. We're too far away to see if they're really like shiny and new or if they're old. But loads and loads of planes here. I believe we're on the 40. Are we on Highway 40 now? Or Interstate 40? Whatever they call it. Heading towards Arizona. Look out for snakes.
Maya. Ow, ow, ow.
Is it hot on your feet?
Yes.
What do you think, Cora?
It's hot.
We're driving through Barstow, I think it's called, on the 15/40. We were on the 58, and now we're heading towards Arizona. Anyways, excuse me, 42 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it is extremely hot. I just talked to another traveler.
Continue for 345 miles.
I should have shut that off. I talked to another traveler. He's headed same direction as we are, and it's a lot cooler over there. So according to him, so I looked, and sure enough, it's 25 degrees Celsius over there. So almost 20 degrees Celsius cooler than where we are right now. Everything's having a hard time keeping cool inside the cab here, the engine, everything. It's a nice country, and I'm still very thankful that we drove through here. It's just beautiful. I mean, you have pictures in your mind of what a desert looks like, and nothing ever does it justice unless you see it with your own eyeballs. I'm also very, very thankful that God has given us eyeballs and ears, noses, just all of our senses that we can experience these wonderful things. Just thought I'd give you a little update on the temperature here. Is we're hovering right around brutal. All right, it is hot. This is the hottest weather I've ever had, honestly. The wind actually feels hot blowing in my face. You come outside here, it doesn't cool off at all. We are in someplace in Arizona. Forget what it's called here, but 36 minutes roughly from Kingman, Arizona. It is 46 degrees Celsius here, which is 115 Fahrenheit, I believe, if I remember correctly. By far the hottest. So my weather extremes now go from negative 56 Celsius to plus 46 Celsius. That's what I've seen in my life. I don't know what negative 56 is on the Fahrenheit, but it's cold. Yeah, hot. So I don't know if our air conditioning will keep up. I doubt it. If we keep driving to Kingman, it's already 10 degrees Celsius cooler there apparently. Here the sun set about an hour and a half ago. It's been dark for a while. You think that would help out, but it's still 46 degrees right now, 115 Fahrenheit. So I was hoping to make it another 2.5-3 hours to Flagstaff, Arizona, because there it's way cooler. It's like 25 degrees Celsius, which is almost no, it is. It's over 21 degrees cooler than here, Celsius again. I'm not going to figure it all out Fahrenheit. You guys will have to do that yourselves, but a lot cooler, and it's going down to, I think it was 12 tonight. Here it's going down to 36. So a hot day in Ontario might reach 36 where we live, maybe on a really hot day. This is nighttime is going to be down to 36. Last night when we went to bed, it was like 32, and we had the air conditioning going. We can only run one air conditioner on this generator because it's a small one, and it was okay. Then I shut it off after a few hours. It was kind of cool. We went to sleep. I woke up hot again. We opened the windows and it was a little bit cooler out by then. It was like in the 20s, 18, 19 degrees Celsius. It was okay for sleeping. But tonight, that's a different story. I'd have to leave the Jenny running all night, and I don't know if it would even keep up because it's so hot. So we're going to try to keep driving for another hour. Can't film really much. It's pretty dark outside, but we'll try to film or try to drive for another hour at least, and get to a higher elevation. Hopefully it'll be cool enough to sleep. It would be nice if we could find somewhere to plug in, because then we can run both air conditioners and we'd be okay. But we're just kind of fast tracking through Arizona here. Gonna check out the Grand Canyon hopefully tomorrow. Other than that, we're just fast tracking through here, and not really planning on staying long term and getting a campground. So anyway, you're up to speed. I tell you about these weather extremes we're facing, and it's normal actually, contrary to popular belief that the weatherman always tells you. You know, years ago they used to give the weather and it just told you the weather, but now they put it on the screen. They always paint it in red, so it makes it look so much more alarming, like, oh, it's terrible. I talked to the people over here. I'm like, how long have y'all been in this heat wave? And they're like, every year. So this is normal. They're not seeing anything out of the normal according to them. This is just, it's always hot. And they're like, why doesn't anybody live here? It's because the winters are really nice. Okay, fair enough. You know, I don't imagine they get a whole lot of snow here.
This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I've become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging